enjoying her first week of retirement on the golf course with friends. Suddenly, the clouds darkened and drops of rain began to fall. She was getting weather alerts coming over her cell phone, reporting severe thunderstorm warnings in her area with damaging winds. She remembered she'd left the windows open in her house and hurried to the car and back to the clubhouse. She had only a 10-mile drive back home, so she thought it would be safe to drive. Within a short time, visibility became minimal, and even the white lines on the side of the road were difficult to make out. Without any warning, a car from oncoming traffic crossed the center line and hit Agnes head on. The accident was instantaneous, unexpected, and left Agnes with multiple broken bones, internal injuries, and a traumatic head injury. A passerby immediately called 911, and first responders arrived within minutes. Agnes was not responsive when she arrived here at the ER. After stabilizing her, she was rushed to surgery and then admitted to the intensive care unit. That was the first time I met her and her family. Her daughter, Erin, was the first one called by the hospital as Agnes's emergency contact. Erin then called her siblings and advised them to come right away. Agnes is a breast cancer survivor and on dialysis. She's been cancer-free for 2 years and is in relatively strong health aside from her kidney disease. I'm told that Agnes is a spunky and very active individual. The siblings have arrived at different intervals in the 3 days since Agnes came here to the hospital, and they've been holding vigil together here. In that time, Agnes's condition has continued to deteriorate, and she's been placed on a ventilator. My specialty is in brain injuries, and based on the tests and her worsening condition, I'm not optimistic that she will recover or even survive without the use of machines. We were told she had a healthcare directive in her safe, and Erin shared that directive with us just this morning. Both Erin and Danny were shocked to see that she had listed Danny as her agent. Agnes had never had the conversation with her children. She completed the directive following the death of her husband to cancer 8 years ago. While I'm not optimistic, I know that anything can happen. However, the next 24 hours will be critical as she continues to decline. Because her directive requested that no extra measures keep her alive, I asked Danny to make the decision whether or not to remove her from the ventilator. There was heated discussion between the siblings in the hospital room. Finally, they agreed to go to Agnes's home to discuss this critical situation privately. It had been a long, tough several days, and little sleep had been had by anyone. As this emotional family discussion unfolds, you in the audience also have an important role to play in their story. As you witness this discussion and interactions, be asking yourselves the following questions. 1, can you put yourself in any of the family's situation, in their shoes? Have you ever experienced something similar? 2, what emotions bubble up within you while watching the interactions between the family members? 3, what new insights will you have while watching these conversations? 4, what takeaways, new truths, or aha moments will you leave with tonight? And 5, finally, what will you do about them? Please watch the story unfold.
Honestly, how long does it take to mix one drink?
All right, we're here.
Yeah, we're always on Jack and June time, aren't
Oh,
we?
come on, Aaron.
I just can't believe she never told me. I suppose when Dad died and Mom made her healthcare directive, she chose me because I was the oldest. Hospital made extra copies if you'd like to see. I had no idea how hard it would be seeing her like that. I just want to be a son right now, not the one deciding to pull the plug or whatever I'm supposed to do. I never asked for this. I just wish she would have talked to me.
What are you talking about? Where were you when Mom had cancer? No, where were you when Mom had to go to appointments and be comforted? I get stuck with everything for Mom because I chose to stay in town. And then she writes Danny down to be the advocate, and all he can do is whine about it.
Look, she must have chosen me over you for a reason. I don't have the answers. It's hard enough trying to figure this out.
Sure, it's hard. And maybe if you had invested any time at all in Mom's life instead of going on your little adventures, this might not be so hard. So guess what? She may have written your name down on some piece of paper, but you have no clue of what's going on, and you don't know really what to do. So I'm going to take over, and you can just be the son.
I didn't understand half of what those doctors said. I mean, all that jargon. Don't they realize that we haven't all gone to medical school? I don't know how I'm going to be any help deciphering encephalo blah, blah, blah. I don't know what that is. I'd rather be home, but you two, we need to stand together for Mom. I have preschoolers that behave better than the two of you are behaving right now. I'm serious, Aaron.
We had to fly all the way from LA to be here. And then we had to cancel with the Worthingtons for their annual gala. Anybody who's anybody was invited, and I needed to make those connections. It's been 3 days already. Can't the doctors just make the decision? Are you kidding? Gosh.
She's right. It was to be the event of the season. You know, our wealth comes with some personal sacrifice. With that, I was supposed to make the next phase of our investments. People we needed to talk to. We've been here for days. Families of value. We've seen Agnes. Poor soul. Trust you'll take care of this in a manner that we need to.
There's nothing to take care of or resolve here. Mom had a health care directive, and it's clear. That is that. We follow her wishes. It's not our decision to make. It's only ours to carry out. She wouldn't want to be like this. She wouldn't want to live like this. Only alive because of a ventilator? We need to honor her wishes.
You're suggesting we let her go. I have to tell you, Danny, that sort of feels to me, it's like it's almost murder. When she did this, after all, she could have changed her mind, and if she did, and she wants to live, that's her choice. I question whether she did change her mind. Dad died 8 years ago. Do you know how much has happened between 8 years ago and now when she did this? This was before she had cancer. I'm here all the time. I think I know her wishes better than some piece of paper. And by the way, a ton better than some long-lost son.
Wait a minute. Mom gave us a roadmap. It is right here. It's clear exactly what she wanted. Whether or not it was after Dad's death, it doesn't matter. So do you really want her wishes or yours?
But it's not about that. I just wish you would have talked to us about it because I'm telling you, this feels a little bit like a mystery to me.
Oh, would you stop? I'm starving. Are there any decent restaurants in this town? I'd give my right arm for a good steak and a stiffer drink.
There is nothing to stop. She put me down as her agent, 8 years ago or not. If the doctors say that she's not coming back the way she was, if she can't communicate to us anymore, if she's only going to be on a ventilator, if she can't give those bear hugs, then I need to support her wishes and do what's necessary.
Her wish. But in my opinion, that could be changed. She completed this healthcare directive 8 years ago. It's just a mystery. It's kind of like a mystery why she picked you, Danny. I'm an RN. Guess what? I understand big medical terms. I do. I know what's going on right now. Pulling the plug on her right now is a little bit like murder. And I've done everything for her. This should be my call, Danny.
All right, enough. Honestly, Aaron, you act like you're the frickin' victim here. This has gotten out of hand and ridiculous. This is not about your ego or why she signed it over to you. This is about what Mom wants. Dad saw the two of you acting like this. You know he'd put you in line right now. And if Mom saw this, come on. It's not about your egos. It's Mom's life and what she really wants. And we have to decide that and make a decision based on what's best for her, not how we feel about it.
You know, she is right. When Tom died, before Tom died, we found out that he did not have a directive care. I had to go to war with his mom to try to let him go in what I thought would be a dignified way. in a way that I thought Tom would have wanted. And I have to tell you guys, not a day goes by that I don't wonder whether I made the right decision or not, whether or not that's exactly what he would have wanted. And I'm telling you, Danny, I get it. Being the agent puts you in like an unimaginable position, and I really don't want that for you, but what I really also don't want is for you to spend any time regretting the decision you made. I already have enough regret. I cannot have Mom's life on my conscience as well.
Camille brings up some good points. I think with some strong negotiation, some business acumen, I happen to have both, and if you'd like me to handle this for you, I'd be willing. In a business decision discussion, we could come to an answer.
Yeah, you know what?
Shut up,
Jack.
I'm going to pretend that you did not equate the life and death of my mother to one of your business deals. And oh, by the way, you can just keep your upturned nose out of our family affairs. I don't care how rich and how powerful you are in Hollywood, but here in Minnesota, we actually care about life and death.
Listen, we're all in shock right now. We're all stressed. We're tired. We're hungry. We haven't slept. We don't know what we're doing. This is not about us. This is about what Mom wants us to do. And we need to read this. This is a shock. We didn't expect this. It's like a bolt of lightning in a thunderstorm. Who would have thought that driving home this would have happened? I don't understand it either, but we need to act like a family. We are a family. However, what you just said makes me so damn mad. You're in timeout. Go stand in the corner.
How rude, Camille. Jack went out of his way to arrange transportation for us to be here. The least you can do is show us a little appreciation. Now, Aaron, what's Mom got in the kitchen to eat? You're here all the time.
Well, I don't know. Why don't you get up and look?
Oh, I don't do cooking.
Oh, well, then that's convenient, because then you won't do eating either.
While the two of you were discussing your eating habits, I was actually overlooking Mom's healthcare directive here. You will turn to page 6 and kind of follow along. Mom's directive states word for word, my healthcare agent automatically has all the following powers when I'm unable to communicate for myself, such as agree to, refuse, or cancel decisions about my healthcare. This includes tests, medications, surgery, taking out or not putting in feeding tubes, and other decisions related to treatments. If treatment has already begun, my agent, me, can continue it or stop it based on Mom's instructions. It also states the healthcare agent can interrupt, interpret, if you will, any instruction in this document based on his or her understanding of what Mom's wishes, values, and beliefs are. Also, I can review and release medical records and personnel files as needed for Mom's health care. I can arrange for health care and treatment in Minnesota or any other state, if you see. Whatever I think is appropriate. I can decide on health care providers. I can make decisions about organ and tissue donation and autopsy according to Mom's instructions. It also states that I authorize, or Mom authorizes, my health care agent to make decisions about care of my body after death, and make health care decisions for me even if I am able to decide or speak for myself.
Okay, so I see that Mom requested CPR not be attempted if her heart or breathing stops. And why would she want that? What if it wasn't a head injury? What if it was a heart attack and CPR would save her? Why wouldn't she want that?
You know, it's really not a bad question. Being a nurse, I think sometimes when we watch TV and movies, it makes CPR look like it's this magical maneuver. And in a lot of ways it is. It can save somebody's life. But you have to realize that something is going on traumatic with that patient. And oftentimes, when you do CPR, you can break ribs, you can do some internal damage, and if there's a reason that the heart stopped in the first place, sometimes that's inevitable and might happen anyway, and CPR can actually contribute to some sort of suffering. So it's not just automatic that somebody would want to do it.
I didn't have any idea about that. I never thought about it before.
Okay, there's something important. Let me read this. The directive states, if I can no longer make decisions for myself, and my healthcare team and agent believe I will not recover my ability to know who I am, I want to stop or withhold all treatments that extend my life. This includes, but is not limited to, tube feedings, IV fluids, respirator, ventilator, CPR, and antibiotics.
In the last section, it refers to organ donation. Mom selected, I want to donate my eyes, tissue, and/or organs, if able. My healthcare agent, according to Minnesota law, may start and continue treatments or interventions needed to maintain my organs, tissues, and eyes until donation has been completed.
Oh, you guys, look what she wrote here in regards to organ donation. Oh, wow. She said, I won't be needing my organs any longer. And it is my wish that if there's any way to bless somebody else with my body, I wholeheartedly give permission to do so.
I think this is pretty straightforward. It's clear what she says and what she wants. She doesn't want any extra measures to prolong her life. She named me up, obviously because of birth order. Obviously because of birth order. Be your agent, and so it's my role to tell the doctors what to do. Tell them when enough is enough. To allow Mom a natural death, allow her to pass the way that she would want, and then to permit the doctors to use her organs, if possible, to bless others.
I know that's all true. It's just my fear that she did this directive right after Dad died. And at that point, she thought she would be going to heaven to see him. Remember how she used to always say that? And then she did this before she became a grandma. You've seen her with Josh. She lived to be a grandma. It's just, she filled this out and then she beat cancer. I'm not sure she wouldn't want to try to beat this too. And I know deep down, you guys doubt it with me. I know you do. Danny, I just don't want you to suffer without this. I just want you to have clarity about this choice. And I want you to know that I love you no matter what.
I agree. You know, Mom and I have not exactly been on the best terms for the last several years. And maybe that's been my excuse for not coming home so often. I guess I thought there'd be more time to resolve stuff. There isn't any way that she could pull through just even for a moment. I'd go up to her and I'd give her a hug and I'd tell her I'm sorry. And I'd want her to tell me that she forgives me. If I could only hear her say I love you just one more time.
You know she forgives you and she loves you. There's no question about that. But didn't she want to fight if there was a chance? I mean, we've all played cards with the woman. She'd do anything to beat you. In fact, I know we all suspected sometimes that she had extra cards up her sleeve to prove it, but she went way too often. But Mom also knew she had a bad hand. She didn't want to fight through it. She'd fold. And I don't know, Aaron. I don't know what this means technically. You do. And so I need you to tell us professionally, does Mom have a hand to play? Does she have a chance? Or do we need to let her go out with dignity the way she's and grace?
Hey, do you guys remember the time we went camping in the Boundary Water? That 3-day trip? I was just a Boy Scout, and Dad was pretending to be all macho and pretend, you know, he didn't know a thing about being an outdoorsman. And then there were the 3 little bratty girls,
Hey.
my little sisters,
Hey.
so alike for that whole trip. was to make nothing more than Mom's life hell.
You remember those frogs? They were baby frogs. They were really cute little baby frogs. And I like snuggling with Mom. They might like snuggling with me. So I put them in her sleeping bag. Oh, God. Remember the scream?
But do you remember? I was trying so hard to prove to Dad that I was a good Boy Scout. I grabbed that can of gasoline and some matches, and I tried to make that fire. Oh
do you
my
remember
gosh.
that?
I have never seen a tent burn so quickly.
Oh, my God. And he's standing there looking all innocent, remember?
Oh, and the look on Mom's face. Oh, it was just precious. She was flailing her arms, running around like she was possessed. Oh, that was a delightful memory. Oh, I was holding that gas, trying to look innocent, and it didn't work. It didn't work.
I thought they were going to kill you.
Oh.
And the car ride home.
No, it was so silent.
Yes.
Your pin drop, even to the extent I remember the road noise, or the lack of it.
Yeah.
There was none. I think it was afraid to actually make some sound. And then we got to that rest stop. Dad, if you remember, Dad went into the convenience store and Mom took me over to that park bench.
What did she say? I always wondered, what did
I
she
was
say?
shaking with fear. She didn't say anything to begin with. She just kissed me. She told me that everything would be okay. This was one of those learning experiences that would benefit me for the rest of my life. That this was an adventure. And maybe that's one of the reasons I became an adventure writer. Because Mom, that moment, those adventures, the adventures that are for the rest of my life, are not going to include her. And won't include any more kisses.
She really was quite a woman.
Was?
Oh, honey, I don't know.
It's the hospital. Hello, this is Danny Rogers.
Hello, Danny. I wanted to call you directly and speak with you about your mother's condition. There have been some changes in her brain activity level, and I think it would be best if you all come back to the hospital.
Changes? What type of changes?
I think it would be best to discuss it with you in person. Could you be back here soon?
Yes, we're all here at the moment. We can be back to the hospital in 10 minutes.
Okay, good. Thank you very much, Danny. See you soon.
What? What is
It
it?
was the hospital. There's been changes in Mom's condition. Something about brain activity. I'm afraid that if Mom survives, she might be gone.
All right, Danny, I just want you to know that I support you.